I've decided my next playthrough of Dyson Sphere program is going to be in max difficulty. That means at the start of a new game, I'm clicking on dark fog settings and just crank everything to the right. Very difficult? Yes, I would think so, but nonetheless pretty interesting. Anyways, here you are now, you just landed. Don't bother saving the spaceship this time, might as well use the fuel and the stuff. Typically, you would set up miners, smelters, and assemblers to begin research and building automation. But we're not going to do that here, because as you can see on the top left, there is now a threat level. And it gets to 100, they start sending enemies for you. And at this difficulty, it increases far too fast before you even set up your first turrets. So we're going to do things a little bit differently here. The threat level only seems to increase with energy consumption, not power generation. So basically, if you do nothing, they do nothing. To you anyway. This also means another thing. Be very efficient. Every building made component, well, they better be pretty good and impactful. Well, regardless, noobs can get through the first few waves, like so. If you haven't noticed, Mech is doing all of the factory stuff by hand. As it turns out, the Mech is actually quite efficient with making the stuff compared to other factories. So this is a very good way to minimize the threat increase. So anyways, get down all the research that you need for your first Gauss turrets. I think I'll grab mass construction also too, for the blueprints. Speaking of mass construction, what is this meta EM amount reaches 6 means? It looks like each of the mass construction stuff has it too. I'm not sure what it does. And every once in a while, stopping by for some coal fuel. Making 100 circuit boards for blueprint research does seem to take a while, but I don't care. We got time. Weapon systems should be the last research before you can start basically making everything. And note that at this point, Icarus is making all these ingots and boards and turrets, taking his sweet time. The threat level is still pretty darn low, which at this difficulty is pretty amazing. Ho hum, get more coal, make buildings, get more coal. You can even put down buildings and the threat level still won't go high. Again, the idea here is there's no energy being consumed, so they're just leaving you alone. In other words, lay off the wind turbines until you're ready. Oh, this is interesting. As long as the belt is straight, it looks like the turrets can go down at any angle. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, let's string up 10 turrets. 10's my preference. 5 is probably okay, and I have seen players get away with just 3, but you probably need some more after the first wave. For good measure, I'm also including some ammo production to keep the turrets loaded. For convenience, I included an example blueprint of the ammo production in the description. While this will only keep 5 turrets constantly firing, there is enough time between waves to make ammo for more than 5 turrets. So this is actually one of those times where buffers are great. So when all is said and done, you should be about 60% threat and about 40 minutes in. And when you're ready, just lay down 15 or so wind turbines and watch them go. And naturally, they'll release 3 waves over at me. So as it turns out, 3 turrets is enough to at least deter those scouts or whatever they send. But eventually, all 10 of your turrets are up and running, and they are easily able to defend the first few waves. Isn't that nice? A few tips though. First is supernova charging. The turrets basically charge up and then they fire a quick volley at everything. So instead of clicking on each individual turret to charge, you can assign them to groups, and when one turret is set to charge, the others will follow, as shown in the number next to group. So with some luck, the waves will slow down, and that'll give you more time to plan out your next route of attack. which you better get to very soon, because those waves, when they come, they will get bigger and bigger. What was like 10 or 20 then becomes 50, then to 100. You know what I mean. So basically you're just going to have to be juggling expanding defense, automatic reduction, research, that replicator. There's little room for all of them. So, can a dark fog even be fully eradicated at this difficulty? Or am I just going to go for the peace and love achievement? And what the heck am I going to do with all this soil pile? Either way, I think this is going to be a very interesting playthrough, and hopefully for you diehards, we'll give it a try as well. Either case, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you posted.